Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Sabrina's son, and if you're new to my channel, please subscribe and check out all the other tutorials I have on how to crochet. Today we'll be learning how to make a unicorn scarf. As you can see here, this is the cute little unicorn scarf. In the picture it shows that it enters through the mouth area, the tail, and it fastens through so it can go over the child's neck or the adult's neck. I've seen adults wear these. Unicorns are in right now and they are so cute. Okay, so this is an easy project. The stitches we'll be using for this project is double crochet, half double crochet, and single crochet. So if you're a beginner and you know those stitches, you'll be able to make this project here, and it's a very simple project. Materials you'll be needing for this project is we're going to be using 2 horse weight yarns. This is by Red Heart. One is a pretty pink, the other one is cornmeal. It's like a soft yellow color. I use it for the crown. Then any of you guys ever see this yarn and you're like, oh my god, it's so cute, but you have difficulties crocheting with it? It's called Fun Fur. This one is actually easy to crochet with because it actually has a yarn inside the little strand of the eyelash yarn, and it has these cute little pom-poms in there, and it gives it such a decorative color to it. I just love it. We're going to be using that for the tail here. For the body, chunky or any kind of homespun yarn will do. As you can see here, I'll be using this one, which is a homespun chunky yarn. It's pretty thick, and this will be used for the body. This one is Land Bryan, and this one was Land Bryan as well. And it's just a soft cream color that I use for this body. This one I'm going to change it up and use like a soft purple and, you know, give it that colorful girly look. You're also going to be needing scissors, a 6mm hook, tamper's needle to sew in your ends, and buttons. You're going to need 4 buttons for this project. 2 small ones for the nose and 2 for the eyes. Now, as you can see, these buttons for the eyes are just plain little simple buttons that have a white little center in there to give it that eye look. And these are just plain wooden brown buttons. So you can find these anywhere in the stores or online. If you can actually, I buy mine online. You actually get a better deal. You get like 100 of them for like $2 instead of going to the store and spending $2 for 4 of them. So save your money and always buy online. And if you buy ahead of time and you get them from China, be perfect too, because you just have to wait longer. I always buy my buttons online. Okay, so let's get started. With the beginning of this project, we're going to start with the tail first. So we're going to use our Fun Fur yarn and work on this project side. So let me move these aside. Okay. So for the tail, we're going to start from the bottom here and work our way up. So you're going to get your yarn. Make your slip knot. The way I do mine is I wrap the yarn over my fingers twice. And we're going to tuck this in from the back. Just pull that loop up that you wrapped around your fingers, and then the loose strand, just push it through. Hold on to it. Release your fingers. Take the 2 strands like this, and you have this one on your fingers. You're holding it. And you just pull on the loose ends, and you get this little loop. Now to tighten the loop on your hook, just pull on the strands and it should just, like so, go around on your hook and tighten up from the bottom here. Now, this yarn is pretty hard to work with, but we're going to try to make it as easy as possible for you guys to understand. Okay, we are going to chain 6. So you're going to yarn over, take this yarn and you're going to slide it through the loop of this one, and that's a chain, just like so. That's chain 1. We're going to do that 6 times. So that's 1. We got 5 more to go. Okay. Now that I have my 6, we're going to enter into the 4th chain with the double crochet. Double crochet, you're going to yarn over again, and you're going to count back from your hook. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you're going to go in that 4th chain, insert your hook, pull through, I don't think I have the 4th chain. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now I have the 4th chain. You can't look for them, okay? So, when you go into that 4th chain, you yarn over, insert your hook, pull the yarn through, yarn over again, and you're going to pull that yarn into 2 loops. Yarn over and pull through 2 more. Okay, that was a double crochet. Then you're going to yarn over, and we're going to double crochet in the last 2 chains. Kind of hard to find them, so make sure you look for them. This is only for the beginning. Should get easier after this. Okay, so now you should have 3 double crochets. We are going to chain up 2, turn our work around, and now you can feel in between our posts here for our double crochets, and we don't have to be looking for our stitches anymore, because we just have to stick our finger in there. You feel one here, you feel one here, you're in the right place, okay? So you're going to yarn over, and you're going to put 2 double crochets into that space. See that space in between the posts? If you're an expert and you want to go right into the stitches, you can. But for beginners, you can go right into the post, and it's not a big deal, because the thing is that you're just going to be increasing and you won't be able to see those stitches anyway. So we're just going to put 2 double crochets in between that post. So there's the 2. The next one right here, you're going to put 1 double crochet. You're only increasing at the beginning and at the end. So the next one, see, there's another one right here. We're going to put 2 double crochets. 1, back in that same post again, and 2. Okay. Now we're going to chain up 2 and turn our work around. We're going to again put 2 double crochets at the beginning and at the end. So 2 double crochets at the beginning, 1 and 2, and we're going right into between those posts like I told you. The next one, just fill, and you'll fill it, 1 double crochet. The next one, 1 double crochet. The next one, 1 double crochet, and the last one excuse me, 2 double crochets. Okay, so now we're going to chain up 2, and we're on round 4. Again, we're going to repeat this last row. 2 double crochets at the beginning and at the end. So we're going to do an increase of 1 double crochet and 2 in the first stitch. Then we're going to double crochet all the way to the end until we get to the last stitch and put another 2 double crochets. Chain 2 and turn your work around. Row 5, repeat the next row. So we're going to repeat by putting 2 single crochets at the beginning, the first stitch, 1 and 2. Now we're going to double crochet all the way to the cross and to the last stitch and put 2 double crochets. Fill in between those posts to find those double crochets, the stitches. And on my last one, I'm going to put 2 double crochets. 1, back in the same stitch again, and 2. Okay, we're going to chain up 2, turn your work around. For round 7, we're going to repeat the last row by putting 2 double crochets at the beginning and at the end to make our last increase, sorry. So we're going to put 2 double crochets at the beginning, the first stitch, double crochet in each stitch across, Okay, my last stitch I put 2 double crochets, and now we're going to chain up 2 and turn our work around. So now our increases are done. So we've already finished this part of the scarf. Now we're going to build up. Okay, so we're going to do another 7 rows of double crochet. So this part we're not going to be doing any more increases. At this point we're just going to double crochet in each stitch all the way across. So we're going to insert our hook into the first stitch and double crochet all the way across. This is row 8, and we're going to do this until we get to row 14. And just double crochet in each of the stitches all the way across. Okay, my last stitch here. So there it is. And I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 stitches, double crochets. So we're going to chain up 2. You turn your work around, and you're going to repeat that again until you get to row 14. You can press pause right now and catch up. By the time I'm back on movie thing, we'll be back here with row 14, so you can actually press pause at this moment and take your time and actually get to row 14. See there? Okay, I'm back. I finished my row 14, and as you can see here, we have our tail complete. We are now going to be changing colors, so you can fasten off with the little small tail, so you can sew in those ends or crochet them in. And all you do is fasten off and take your strand, pull it right through that loop, and pull tight. Okay. So now what we're going to do is change color to our chunky yarn, or the homespun. And I'm using this light purple here. Make a slip knot. And we are going to attach our yarn after turning this over to the first stitch right here. Just like so. And chain up 1. Now what we're going to do is half double crochet in each stitch all the way across. To half double crochet, you're going to yarn over, insert your hook into your stitch, yarn over again, pull that yarn through, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops. That's a half double crochet. Now we are going to half double crochet all the way across. My last stitch, we're going to chain up 2, 1, 2, turn your work around, And now we are going to double crochet all the way across in each stitch. So yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2. So that's double crochet. We're going to double crochet all the way across in each stitch. Okay, chain 2, turn your work around. Now we are going to work on double crochet front posts, back posts. And this is pretty simple. Even for a beginner, I'm going to show you exactly what you're going to do. You're going to do a double crochet, but you're going to be working it into the front and the back of the post. So you're just inserting your hook in and over. So now that post is on your hook. Instead of going into the stitches like we've been doing, we're inserting our hook and over the post. So the post should be on your hook. Then you're going to yarn over, pull the yarn through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now what you're going to do, that was a front double crochet post. Now we're going to do a back. Yarn over, and you're going to insert your hook from the back side, bring it over. So now your hook from the back should have the post on it. You're going to yarn over, pull that yarn right through over that post, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2. Now we're going to do a front post. Insert your hook and put it over the post, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. Now back post, you just insert your hook from the back, bring it over so the post is on your hook from the back side, yarn over, pull that yarn through, yarn over, and pull through 2, pull through 2. So that's a front post. This is a back post, front post, back post. So we're going to do that all the way across, doing a front and back post for each of the stitches. Now I got to the last one. And this last one, we are just going to do a front post. Chain up 2. We're going to turn our work around. Okay. So, whatever you did on the other side, you're going to do on this side. So if you see a front post and they stick out, as you can see here, these ones that pop out, those are your front. The ones that are in the back right here, those are your back posts. So we're going to do the same thing as we did on the last round, doing a front post, back post. So when you see a front post, you're going to do a front post. Then you're going to insert your hook from the back and do a back post, to the back posts, and you're going to do that all the way across. And we're going to repeat this for 6 rows. So we actually did 1, 2, and now we're on our 3rd row because the first one was a double crochet across. Now we did our first row of front post, back post. Then we're on the 2nd row of front post, back post. So we are going to do this 3 more times, 3 more rows. So you should have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows from the homespun. And I'm just inserting my hook into those posts from the front and from the back and doing the front post, back post. Okay, chain up 2, turn your work around, and we're doing the same thing, repeating that last row. And like I said, we're going to do that for another 3 more rows because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and we have to have 7 rows. So make sure you count your rows. So we're on row 1, 2, 3, 4. We're on row 5 right now. So do 6 and 7 and I'll meet you here. So at this time you can press pause and catch up. Okay, so I finished my 7th row of the homespun in the front and the back posts. And what we're going to do now is double crochet across, chain up 2, sorry. Turn your work around and we're going to just double crochet across. No more going into the front post, back post. We're just inserting our hook right into the stitches. And we're just going to do a double crochet all the way across. And my last stitch, I'm going to chain up 2 and turn my work around. Now for this round we're going to do another 24 rounds of just double crocheting across. So we have 8 . So we should have a total of 28 rows, including the front post, back post, because we have 7 here. This is 8, and now we're going to continue double crocheting across, and then we're going to get to that row. And this is just going to build the length of the scarf. So you should go up another 25 rows of just double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. And then we're going to start building our head. So we're going to go up to 25 rows of just double crochet, as you can see here. So I'm going to continue this off camera and just going into each stitch, double crocheting all the way across in every stitch of mine. When I get to the end, I'm going to chain 2, turn my work around, and do this again until I have that 25 of just plain double crochet going across done. And you'll have 25, 32 total of rows with the homespun or chunky yarn. So at this time you can press pause and catch up to that 25 row, or the 32 row actually, with the homespun, and I will meet you there. Okay, so I finished up to my 32 rows, or your 25th on just the double crochet instead of double crochet back post front post. And now we are going to start making the face. Okay, so for the face, as you can see here, we're going to build a triangle going up, then we're going to slim it down, and then we're going to go back up again, and then we just sew it. So we're going to start doing that. So what we're going to do is we are going to do decreases now. So we're going to start by double crocheting a decrease at the beginning and at the end of our round here. And to do a decrease, you're going to yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, then you're going to yarn over, go into your next stitch over, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. You're going to have 3 on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. And that is a double crochet decrease. So we're going to do it at the beginning and at the end. So now we are going to double crochet across until we get to the last 2 remaining stitches, and then we're going to do another decrease. Okay, so now I'm on my last 2 stitches. I'm going to do another decrease. I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook into the stitch, yarn over, pull the yarn through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert my hook into that last stitch, yarn over, pull the yarn through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 3. Now we're going to chain up 2, turn our work around, and this round we are going to double crochet all the way across. So 1 double crochet in each stitch across. My last stitch. Now I'm going to chain 2, and we're going to do another decrease again. So we're going to insert our hook into the first stitch, pull the yarn through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go into your next stitch, yarn over, pull the yarn through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 3. Now we're going to double crochet across, leaving the last 2 stitches so we can do another decrease. Okay, I'm on my last 2 stitches. Now I'm going to do a decrease. And now we're going to chain up 2, turn our work around, and we're going to double crochet across. Now we're going to chain up 2, turn our work around. Now we're going to do another decrease. So we're going to do a decrease at the beginning, double crochet, insert your hook, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 3. So now we did a decrease at the beginning. We're going to crochet until we have the last 2 remaining stitches and do another decrease. Last 2 stitches. Then we're going to chain up 2, turn our work around, in this round we are going to do another decrease. Okay, so we're going to yarn over, do our decrease at the beginning and at the end. Okay, now we're going to double crochet in each stitch across. Chain up 2 and turn your work around. Now we have our bottom of it. Now we're going to start making the top to fold over. So now we're going to start increasing. So at the beginning and at the end we're going to add another double crochet. So we're going to put 2 double crochets at the beginning stitch and at the end of the stitch. So in the first stitch we're going to put 2 double crochets. We're going to crochet across till we get to the last stitch. And here we are. We're going to put 2 double crochets into that last stitch. We're going to chain up 2. Turn our work around. And again, we're going to put 2 double crochets at the beginning and at the end. So we're going to first stitch 2 double crochets. Like so. Double crochet across till you get to your last stitch. Last stitch, put 2 double crochets. Okay, we're going to chain up 2, turn our work around. This round we're just basically going to be double crocheting in each stitch across. One double crochet in each stitch, no increase on this round. Okay, now we're going to chain up 2, turn your work around. This round we're going to do an increase. And this is row 40. Let me count that again. $41. So we're going to put 2 double crochets into the top, double crochet across till you get to the end. When you get to your last stitch, put 2 double crochets. Okay. Chain 2, turn your work around. Now we're going to double crochet across, 1 double crochet in each stitch across. Chain 2, turn your work around. We're going to do an increase, so 2 double crochets at the beginning stitch. And do that again. So there's 2. Now we're going to work across, putting 1 double crochet in each stitch to the very last stitch and do another increase. Last stitch, put 2 double crochets. Chain 2 and turn your work around. This round we're going to double crochet across, 1 double crochet in each stitch. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're just going to literally fold it, and you see where you have your increase at, you did your decrease right here, you're going to go right into this row right here, and we're going to sew along. So we're going down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 rows. So on the 15th row, you're just folding it, and this is the other end, as you can see here, and we are going to sew this across, or you can crochet it. So to crochet it, which I'm going to do, you just go into the top of your stitch, and you're just going to do a basic single crochet. So I'm just going right into my stitches and into the row. See, I have it folded, and I'm just going to crochet across. It sometimes gets a little stuck in there because you're going into 2 rows. Take your time. When we get to the end, fasten off. And you want to take your needle now and sew in all your loose ends before we start adding the ears and everything. So take this time, press pause, and sew in your ends. Now we're going to start by making the ears. And this, I've gone ahead and made one of the ears. You're going to make 2 of the pink and 2 of the purple. And then we're going to put them together and crochet around them to make the ears. So let's start by making the purple one. And everything is the same stitch. So you're going to do the same stitch for every single one, every color. So what you're going to do is make a slip knot and chain up 5. 1, 2, we're going to single crochet across. Chain up 1, turn your work around, and single crochet across. Chain 1, turn your work around, we're on row 3, single crochet across. Okay, this part we're not going to chain up 1, you're literally just going to turn your work around, put the yarn behind your hook, skip the first stitch, move to the second stitch, and single crochet. So you should have 3 single crochets. We're going to do that again. We're going to turn our work around, put our yarn behind our work, insert our hook into the second stitch. We're skipping 1, moving to the next one, and we're doing 1 single crochet, and then move to the next and do a 2 single crochets. So we're doing a decrease every time we're doing this. yarn over, turn our work around. So we're going to turn the yarn behind our work and just going to insert our hook into that last stitch, not the first stitch. We're skipping one, moving to the next one, and single crochet. And you can fasten off from here. And we're going to do that 4 times. So you're going to do that for 2 purple, so you're going to make another purple one just like that. And then you're going to take your pink yarn and you do the same thing. So you're going to make a slip knot, chain up 5, the first 3 rows we are just going to single crochet across. So our first row, just single crochet in each chain across. Single crochet in each stitch across. Chain 1, turn your work around, single crochet across. So we're on our round 3. Round 4, we are not chaining up 1. You just put your yarn behind your work, skip 1 stitch, move to the next, and single crochet across. Again, we're going to turn our work around, put our yarn behind our work, insert our hook into the second stitch by skipping 1, and single crochet across. Turn your work around, skip the first stitch, move to the next, and single crochet. Now we are going to fasten off because that's our last stitch. And then you're going to take the 2 colors, put them right over each other. I like to tie the 2 ends together so they don't move around on me when I'm sewing them. I'm crocheting over them, actually, not sewing them. And the long tails, I tuck them into the inside of between the colors. So you don't have to sew them in or anything like that, just tuck them in there. And by the time you're crocheting over, they're hidden inside, just like this one is. And it gives it more padding too. So we're going to take our hook, insert a hook into the bottom part of it, which is that flat part, not the angle part. And we're going to go right into that corner. And we're going to use the purple yarn for this one. Make a slip knot to attach our yarn. And we're going to single crochet all the way around. So it's going to be 6 rows, so we're going to go up 6, and the last stitch right here we're going to put 3 single crochets. So let's go up by 6. 1, 2, 3, and I had 1 already done, so this is going to be 5 actually, because if you look at it, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And here's my last one, and I'm going to put 3 single crochets into this last stitch right here. And if your yarn wants to tuck out, just tuck it back in there and just keep crocheting around it, the loose tails. Okay, now we're going to come back down 6. So there's 1 on top, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5, and last one, 6. And we're going to fasten off from here. And here you want to sew in your ends before we start sewing them on. So press pause and catch up by sewing in those ends. Okay, I sewed in all those ends, and now we are going to attach your ears. So the part that you crocheted or sewed, you want that lip to be on the outside right here, because this is where you're going to be attaching your ears, just like so. So get a long strand of the yarn so you can sew in your ears. Your yarn needle. And you're putting one at the end and one at the other end. So you're just basically just going to be sewing these on just like so. And I'm just going into the stitches and sewing these on. And turn it around, and I do the back side as well. It gives it more support. So you're working back on the other side of the row. Tie the two ends together for more support, and then I sew in my ends. So you want to do that for the next ear as well. So press pause and do that for both ears. The other ear you're putting at the very end as well and sewing it on. So you start sewing it on from the end here. Okay? Okay, so now he's coming out really cute. We got the ears up. Now all we have to do is make that horn or crown. And to do this, all those loose ends that you cut, we're going to use it to stuff the inside of it. So make sure you don't throw those away. I forgot to tell you that at the beginning. Or you can use filling. It's up to you. But all I do is use the scrap yarn to fill it in to give it support. So all that little scrap yarn you have, that's what you're going to use to fill it in. So now we're going to move along and pull out that yarn. It's cornmeal, and we are going to make a slip knot, chain up 2, 1, 2, and we are going to single crochet 6. So 1, 2, all in the same ring, 3, 4, 5, 6. Slip stitch on the first one to join, chain 1, and we're going to single crochet across another 6, 1 in each stitch, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Join with the first one, and it should be cupping over your finger like mine. It's like a little hat for your finger now. Okay, now we are going to chain 1, And we're going to do a little increase. So we're going to put 1 single crochet in the first stitch. The second stitch we're going to put 2 single crochets. The next stitch, 1 single crochet. The next stitch, 2 single crochets. One single crochet. In this last stitch we're going to put 2 single crochets and then join with our first chain. 2. Chain up 1, and we're going to single crochet in each stitch around. So I have 9 single crochets. Slip stitch to join. And we're going to do another increase. We're going to single crochet in the first stitch, single crochet in the next stitch, and then we're going to put 2 into that third stitch. So 2 single crochets. The next 2 stitches you're going to put 1 single crochet. The next stitch you're going to put 2 single crochets into stitch, making an increase like so. Then you're going to single crochet in the next 2 single stitches, making 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. The last stitch you're going to put 2 single crochets. Slip stitch to join. Chain 1, and now we're going to single crochet across. 1 single crochet in each stitch. Okay, slip stitch to join, chain up 1, and I have a total of 12 single crochets going across. Now we're going to do the same thing as we did on the last row. We're just going to single crochet in each stitch around for a total of 12 single crochets. Slip stitch to join. Okay, we're going to do that one more time. Chain up 1 and single crochet all the way around. Okay, slip stitch to join, and we're going to fasten off from here. This time I like to take my time and sew in my ends before I start stuffing it. So I go around . Now I'm going to take all those loose ends and shove them into that horn. And if you need a little bit more, all you have to do is cut a piece of the yarn the length that you need, as much stuffing, and just shove it in there just to fill it in just a little bit more. It shouldn't be that big. So there is our horn. Take some of the gold yarn to sew it in. So I have a little string here. Add my needle. And we are going to sew it right in the middle here. So it's going to be right about there. And I just go into the top stitches and just hold it down and go around, making sure it's right where I want it. You can even dazzle this up by putting some crocheted flowers around the horn. That will look so cute as well. If you have like glittery yarn, you can actually make a chain to go around and bring a little spiral going up. That is really cute as well. And you can sew that on. There's all kinds of things you can do to dazzle these things up so much. And they look so darn cute. So I'm at the end here and I'm just going to tie it up to give it some more support. And I'm going to sew in my ends. Now you want to get those buttons of yours. The buttons are pretty simple. You're just going to put them where you want them at. And I always do it under the horn, but close to the horn like that. And then 2 at the end here. So I'm going to sew these on off camera and come back to you, and we're going to attach our yarn to make our little frizzy fur here. I'm going to show you how to do that next. So go ahead and sew yours on. Easy way to do it is open this up, don't sew in between both these, and just, you know, sew these in. I have to get a different needle for these because my yarn needle does not fit this yarn. So I'll be right back. Okay, so for our last round, I like to take my hook here in the fun fur, and we're just going to line it up like this. This is pretty much our measurements, and you're going to cut strips, and I say about, say, 6 strips will be fine. So there's 2. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, pinch it right through the middle, and I twist it so it actually has a point for us to like pull our hook through. So right in the center here, I take my hook right into that middle right there, and I'm going to pull these through, halfway through, just like so. Then you're going to open that up, and all those loose ends, you're going to try putting your fingers right through and pull that over. And then you're going to pull hard. And I like to pull like each one, making sure like they all came through, because some of them get stuck because of little fur. And then you can give it a haircut, just to make sure it's like lined up. Little haircut. Save those loose ends for another project or for another one of these. And there he is, all done. We have now 2 cute, adorable scarves finished. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial as much as I did, and please check out the rest of my tutorials on my channel. If you like this video, make sure you press like and comment if you have any comments below. I'll try to get to you as soon as I can. And until then, happy crocheting. Bye.